Welcome to Fast Instant Karma. If there's one thing that never fails, it's that people who ignore the law always end up paying for it. Let's see how they basically signed their own trouble ticket the moment they ran into cops who don't play around. Let's get started. Everyone messes up sometimes, but running only makes things worse. Hopefully this time he learns from it and chooses a better path.
Put your hands up!
At first, the robber acted obedient, hands up, following orders like a pretty convincing act. But when he saw police getting closer, he jumped in the car and drove straight for the exit. He even tried to grab the officer's gun but failed and was arrested right after.
Put your hand up! I'm telling you. Stand up, we're getting out of the street.
The fastest way to cool down a thug's wild energy? Well, yeah, a can of pepper spray. In Mexico, when you see cops knocking on a hotel door, you know something big is about to happen.
Hi, Marina.
Hey.
I'm Officer Coronado. I need you to step out right now.
Okay.
Right now you're showing that you have a felony warrant.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Right now you...
So you have to ID yourself. If you do not ID yourself, you're going to be placed under arrest. We're going to
I just don't want to make it.
You have to step out. I see the gun. There's a gun. I do not feel safe with you in there. You're not free to leave.
Get on the ground, dude!
They were just trying to find Perez over an old theft warrant. But when the door opened, they ended up uncovering nearly $1 million worth of drugs. Police found a ton of illegal items, weapons, and cash in Perez and Xavier's hotel room.
See that under there?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, maybe this dude has like an ID.
Show me your hands! Albuquerque police! I got commands. Face away from me, bro! Drop down to the other knee. Sir. Yeah. Where are you injured?
Of course, neither of them was getting away from the law.
Very accurate. James second. I'm James. William the eighth. Meant to be open. We don't run.
Right, ladies. Yeah, so these soldiers serve their country, alright? They take their job seriously. They are not an object of ridicule. I appreciate you having fun. He's not having fun. He's got a long day. There's a lot of hours he's got to do. I will ask you to leave the facility. Alright?
You alright?
Yo, Pops, come down here.
What happened?
Police showed up thinking they were just clearing up the mess for an argument between an Uber Eats driver and a customer.
You are not in trouble right now, but if you keep running, you will be obstructing my investigation and you'll be arrested.
But instead encounter the full force of the chaos.
Back up from me! I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. You better drop that. I am not playing with you.
I don't give a fuck. Bye. Bitch, get out of my way.
I'm not playing with you.
Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out. Bitch, get out.
She swung a lock and splashed water at the officers in exchange for a list of charges longer than an Uber Eats receipt. He waved at the police like he was inviting them into the ring, and then found out his solo match lasted only as long as it took to get caught.
We are responding out to a call on the countryside where a couple drunk guys been throwing beer cans and bottles. Some hillbilly shit.
We're hitting Dustin out bad by both of you.
Oh, how you gonna get out of the truck now? How you gonna get out of the back of the truck, big boy?
I want you down on the ground, Jelly Bean.
What are you truck or something?
What are you cuffing? You're here being detained.
You cuffing to my bumper.
My God. Everything's a new demand.
How's your hand?
Fine.
One at a time.
Turn the fuck around.
Right.
Back. I'm coming towards you.
I got him.
Coming to you.
I have a less lethal shotgun. What I have is a
Give me
9
your other
millimeter.
hand.
Okay.
You gotta pee? Yeah, and you wanna know my stuff.
here?
Are you kidding me? Was she really about to take care of her personal needs right there?
I've been very patient with you. Let's go. You haven't asked me about my rights. Oh my.
Your number 23.
Let me, give me a straight.
184.
Oh my kid. Oh my kid. I'm letting NYPD.
The police were very patient, but when she got to gate 28, she started yelling, waving her arms, undressing, and resisting like she was trying to impress the entire airport. Of course, the result was obvious. She was upgraded straight to a flight without a ticket to the detention room.
Here's your bag. It's your bag. Obviously you can't. We don't want that to happen. Step back.
You're so strong.
Gotta go in. My gun is stuck.
Yeah, too fat.
Sounds unbelievable, but a suspect actually tried to sue the police, claiming they used excessive force. Yep, you heard that right. And this body cam footage exposed her completely.
I gave it to you 2 times.
Okay, I'm asking again.
And I'm not giving it to you.
Okay.
Are you gonna sign it?
No, because I want your badge number.
She showed up at a city park that was already closed, then refused to sign the citation.
Put your hands behind your back.
Sir.
Man, put your hand behind your back. Come on. I need you to back up. I'm just saying, like, I need you to back up.
I'm refusing to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
You don't have an option now.
Because but I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Wood. Why am I being arrested? Why am I being arrested?
Stop, resist. What are you doing? Why are you
And the outcome was obvious. A small ticket turned into a full-on arrest.
So you are the problem.
Okay.
Okay, so get back in your parking car. I'm gonna recommend that you get in your SUV.
She got on the bridge so drunk that even a strong breeze could have set her off.
Molest people all the time.
Just
Piece of shit! You have to tell me why I am being arrested. First, you have to read me my Miranda rights. You will pay for this. You will go to hell.
open your front door. door! Open your front door!
Even after getting arrested, she crawled from the back seat to the front like she was trying to speed run, escape in a police car.
Yeah, good luck. You are losing your jobs, bro.
Stop! Stop acting up! Stop!
In the end, she was hit with a stack of charges: disorderly conduct, assaulting an officer, and resisting, and sentenced to prison with mandatory probation. In June 7th, 2025, in Orlando, police were called by Terry's parents to check on their son, who was acting erratically due to mental health issues.
Terry, giving us permission to come in, correct? Yeah.
The deputies talked with him patiently for several minutes, but in an instant, things turned dangerous, forcing them to act in self-defense.
What's up? Drop that fucking
A situation where just half a second slower could have doubled the consequences.
Borders, you okay? Borders, you okay?
Call my brother. No, call him. We're trying to help you. You understand that? Oh, now I'm starting to be nice. I wasn't mean to you. Who's been mean to you? No, we're trying to help you, man. All your stuff, your luggage and everything is over here. That's where we're trying to get you over there to get your stuff so you can have your cigarette.
You hit me! You!
Not sure what he thought he was proving by swinging his phone at an officer in the airport. I'm not sure, but the only thing he proved was how annoying a drunk person can be in a crowded place. This time, he got a direct flight to court with 2 charges: assaulting an officer and public intoxication. The moment they got the report about someone causing trouble, the police showed up right away. They were pretty much out of words with her, since this wasn't their first time dealing with her.
What's going on?
I'm pregnant.
Oh, Jesus,
Like,
all up.
can you please come to my window, please? Please, sir.
In all the years you've dealt with me, when have you telling me what to do ever worked?
I'm just trying to get the out of here.
How'd the window get broken?
I don't know them. The right there in the gray jogging
Okay,
suit.
don't say that again.
I'm sorry, the guy. I don't know her. I have no idea.
Why is every single one of them saying you broke the window?
No one was over there.
Well, you can't stay out of trouble.
Yes, I can. I've been out of trouble.
But you're always dealt up in drama. Let's go.
You're being serious right
Yes,
now?
get out of the car.
Okay, yes, sir, but what
Get out of the car, I'm dragging you out of the car. Let's go.
This time, instead of cooperating, she kept screaming and kicking like she wanted another line added to her record.
Stop! No! Stop! No! Don't complain! It doesn't matter!
And just as expected, she was charged with resisting an officer and disorderly conduct.
Fucking stupid. Now you're definitely going to jail.
But I was going regardless.
Get in the car.
Off of me, bro.
And the video of her throwing a brick at her neighbor's house became undeniable evidence. It started when the 19-year-old woman was allowed to work as a dancer and earn tips, but her boyfriend grabbed the money and caused the scene, forcing staff to call 911.
Can you please be nice?
Okay. I'll talk to him. Just look at me.
He was upset because I was stripping and everything I made he ripped up.
Who's he to you?
That's my boyfriend.
Dude, I'm okay.
Step the
Please do not push me.
When police arrived, he immediately lost control, even biting and spitting at the officers. During the search, he also admitted he had drugs on him.
Here's my ID. Look at it.
You're not asked to go in my car.
You did not ask to go. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground now, dude.
Yeah, you're gonna
On your stomach now. On your stomach now.
Go ahead. Stay right there. You good?
I am okay.
Fucking God, Jason!
Stop.
Wayne, do you understand that?
Right, but just because I'm
So I will punch you in the face if I think you're about to attack me.
Will you let me speak?
No, I won't. It doesn't. Are you, Brown? You're done, bro. You're done. Okay, I'm standing. And I have 3 grams of marijuana in my stomach.
In the end, he was arrested and hit with multiple charges, adding up to more than a year in jail.
You're hurting me! You're hurting me! Ow!
Oh, yeah, that method failed, bro.
I've been sleeping. Look, I've been sleeping. People been driving around, parking in front of my house, and then nobody's outside. Nobody's scared to come outside.
Relax. Step back.
His attitude went from victim to aggressive way too fast, making the situation super easy to escalate.
I'm trying to gather information so I can take the report for you, sir. You need to calm down a little bit. Okay, 41. Get on the ground! On the ground now! Get back! No!
Kill me!
Officer Gutierrez stayed incredibly calm and didn't overreact.
Now! Get on the ground!
Thanks to backup arriving in time, the situation ended safely so he could be taken for mental health support.
Bro, I ain't getting the f up, bro. Get the f off me. What? Yep,
There's really nothing to say. This guy was holding a homemade metal tube and pointing it at cars on the road.
Hey, drop it! Fucking drop it! Where's up, ready, loaded?
Flores ignored every warning and even lifted it towards the officers. And then the inevitable happened. Medina handled it quickly, and luckily no one but the suspect was affected. From this robbery, one thing's clear. Ignoring the rules doesn't make you brave, just dumb. And every bit of stupidity comes with a price. Pick the wrong person to flex your driving skills on, buddy.
Come here, now. Now. Hey, you're done. Hey. I'm not the one. I'm done.
Almost caused a crash on the road and then went full kick combo on a cop. She must have thought this was the audition for Street Fighter 7 Real Life Edition.
He's going for it. Oh shit. Oh shit. She's screaming her head off. Like there's a murder.
Sometimes it's not people causing the road rage, it's Mother Nature losing her temper too.
Kind of like put your turn signal on and you took a while to figure out where you're going, and then when you made the left, you made this really wide turn. We got a call about your driving.
Walking around wobbling like that and still claiming, "I drive perfectly," is peak Florida Karen. And the moment she was told to step out, she went off like holiday fireworks. Everyone there can only sigh.
Listen, all right, we're done.
You got my license?
Yes.
Nope. Because this is not going to end well for you.
Are you kidding me?
No, we are not kidding you.
In the end, Karen got probation, had her license suspended, and had to pay fines. A woman walked into a store with a spray can and started causing trouble for no reason.
This is my dad's store. He owns it.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
When police showed up, she yelled, resisted, and insisted the arrest was ridiculous.
No, we're not. Let's go. My dad. No, I'm not getting it. I'm going right now.
Get out the place. She tried to walk out the door. Yeah. She thank you. You're under arrest.
No, I did not. Oh! You're not real. My dad owns the store.
When we get to the car, you're gonna sit in the back seat. You understand me?
But once she was taken into custody, a full list of charges came out, along with the embarrassment.
In the car.
Oh, I'm not getting in the car.
You are gonna get in the car. Put your feet in. No, it's a traffic stop.
What do you want?
This is a traffic stop. Do you have insurance, sir?
Yeah, I got insurance. I told you I had insurance.
Can I see it?
Stepping out of the car and yelling right away, you could tell it's not an easy case.
You're not gonna write me shit.
This isn't to this car. Keep the car off. Don't move the car.
What's the matter?
It'll be on the ticket. It will be. Nice and big for you.
No plate, windows dark like a limo, and still giving bad attitude.
Hurry the f up and write my ticket so I can go. Arrest going on. Hurry the f up.
Stop the vehicle.
Abandoned vehicle.
I'm just going right here.
Nope. I told you not to move the car, and I told you not to get out of the car.
Officer Collins definitely deserves credit for not letting the situation escalate.
Yeah, I'll write him at the station. Watch your.
No, stop.
When officers saw Sarah walking into traffic holding a Budweiser box, they knew it wouldn't be simple.
Stop.
Okay. Take your hands off me.
No, stop.
Let's go.
Stop.
Yeah.
For what? I seriously, they
At
just...
least 3 or 4 investigations involving your phone. Stop. Stop. Use your legs, Sarah. Stand up. Stand up. We already explained this a couple times.
For what? For what? Walking on the sidewalk is not...
With her history of property damage, this was just another chapter in her constant trouble storyline.
Why am I here?
For initiative, sending was going to be the Silver Hunt pilot.
If there was an award for worst decision of the day, he would definitely be number 1.
We're taking a 3 exit from 80.
Hands up! Hands up! Let's get out, get out.
From stealing a license plate to pointing a weapon at police, the string of bad choices kept going until his car got rammed and he was taken to the hospital. Truly a self-made bad luck combo.
Oh, God damn it!
I don't have a lot of good news for you. They want your tag back as well, so I have to take that. So give me a second to take the tag off, and then I'll come back up here and get you out of here, okay?
I'll take it off. It's easy.
I got it.
From an expired plate, Daniel turned the scene into a full performance, stepping out, yelling, hitting the officer, and even swinging a pen like a weapon. Even after getting stabbed with a pen, the officer kept his cool and handled everything professionally. Respect. With the way she acted, it's no surprise her list of charges ended up way longer than the original reason.
Turn the bike off, please.
I must speak English.
Okay, then step off the bike, please.
Why?
I'm asking you to step off the bike, please. Do you have an ID?
No.
Yashira was already in enough trouble with no windshield and no driver's license, and she even brought a whole cheering squad crowding around the officers.
Your hands.
When she rushed in, swinging her arms, that's when everything hit the ending. And the result? Yashira got 9 months in jail for 2 charges, assault and resisting. And Charlie, her boyfriend, was convicted of resisting the police.
Get ass on. Get your good ass on.
Ready.
Officer Cruz only stopped the car for one obvious reason: the middle finger hanging out of the door. But the driver instantly got mad and started yelling. What a perfect way to score points during a traffic stop.
This motherfucker just beat my ass. Get out. Stay on the grind. I'm gonna tase you if you don't. I'll get you. But you're not listening. All right, hey, Sergeant. That's all I got is tase. I'm in the car. Shut up.
Plot twist, she skipped the patience lesson in Ninja 101. When your car stays even quieter than their logic. He tried to pass, and life passed him back. Oh, the traffic dog patrol, where every mistake gets handled by barking or biting. A pricey lesson from Novi Sad. Disrespect the trash, then become part of it. The homeowner must have been shocked to receive a bonus car from these thieves. Ha! They turned the lane into an arena, and the ending was an insurance claim.
This is a hit and run. Hit and run. Get out of the vehicle.
I already ran. You guys can't understand. I'm meeting my grandma. I thought it was you and I pulled over. You don't understand. Please move your car, please, sir.
You need to get out of the vehicle and do what's right. Are you kidding me? You almost hit me.
Y'all gonna tell me what y'all recording, bro? Give me your phone.
Back up, man.
Why you recording me, bro?
It's on trip. Back up.
Oh, you said what?
See, that's why they make small spray cans easy to carry.
Sit down, man. I'll call the ambulance. Yo, hey, call the ambulance for this guy, man. Bro, just sit down. All right, sit down. Sit down. We'll help you. We'll sit down, man. Get him some water. Get him some water. Pepper spray, man. It's just pepper spray. Chill out, man. You got water in your car or not? Yo.
When eating a Big Mac becomes more important than driving, this is what happens. Well, the officer's patience is not something you should test. If you find the video impressive, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more self-steering into the wall situations.